Well, welcome to this edition of TV on the Net. Don't mind the parrots in the background if you hear them. Today's show brought to you by American Credit Union for every day, for everything, located next to Little Caesars at 3944 Route 281 in Cortland. By Right Angle Creek Farm and Marathon, all natural pasture-raised Angus beef from our farm to your table. By the Cortland Voice, the exclusive media partner of TV on the Net for all your local news and sports in Cortland County at no cost to you. Check out cortlandvoice.com. By the Royal Auto Group on Route 281 in Cortland, the home of no hassle, no razzle dazzle. Check them out at royalautogroup.com. And by Yeaman Real Estate at the entrance to Yeaman Park off I-81 exit 11 in Cortland. Well, we're trying a little something different today. Is a Zoom. Of course, you can tell it's a Zoom because I got all sorts of things in the background. Not mowers that we heard with Coach Mike DeSenza that I did earlier. There's no lawn mowers in the background, but we do have on. We are trying something different tonight. Like I said, we got actually with us, Coach DeSenza's with us, and also Danielle Bambola. She's completed her first round at the NCAA Division III Women's Championships out in Michigan, and currently she sits in a tie for 15th with a number of the second flight of golfers still out on the course. But right now, a 6 over par round today for Danielle, a 78. So, Danielle, welcome, and how was it out there today?
Thank you. It was pretty windy out there today, and it was cold, so felt like we were back at Cortland. But it was a good day.
Like I said, everybody goes 6 over. Not a bad round considering you actually were 4 of those after the first 4 holes. Really, it was a tough start, but after that, you just seemed to get better and got consistent. Through a couple, 3 later bogeys. One on the 7th hole and then a couple on the back 9, so a 40-38 for your total. But just a little bit of nerves there at the very beginning of the round today.
Yeah, the nerves settled in as soon as I started. The first shot I took, my shoulders felt numb. So I was just really anxious for those first few holes. And then after making those mistakes, I just told myself, like, you can't win a day. You got to take it shot by shot and just breathe. And, like, how well you can do. Just play your game and whatever happens, happens. And that kind of settled me down. And I got into a groove from there.
Yeah, because I ironically say, bogey on the first hole, then a birdie on the par 5 second hole, then the double bogey.
Yeah.
So, like I said, 3 over in the first 4 holes, but after that, like I said, it really settled down and played kind of really played your game. Just went out and put pars up there, and if you could get something better, you would. But pleased overall with what you did today.
Yeah, it was just a general amount of unfortunate mistakes. Nothing too crazy, just some chunked shots or some 3 putts. I had 3 putts, which if you take away just 1 stroke from each, I'm down to a 75. And so that was from the lag putt. So we worked on that after the round and just really focused on turning into my hips also after the round, because I did sway a bit, which can make the ball go in any direction when you take a full shot. So it was just little minor technical difficulties that hopefully are worked out for tomorrow.
Well, like I said, right now, actually now tied for 14th to go up. And it's kind of fun to see her watch your position change. And you're like I said, your round's over and just watching. So the course actually is playing fairly hard overall. Like I said, there's about half the field still out there, but a lot of them are making the turn already. And but obviously the course is not playing easy for anybody.
Yeah, no, it's really, it is a beautiful course, but when the conditions are rough, it makes it 10 times harder. I played with a girl today who was just having a round of her life. She was doing really well. And so everything settled into place for her, and hopefully that will happen for me over the next couple of days.
So you got 3 rounds you'll get in today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Where do you have to be kind of in the overall scheme of things to play the final day?
The 54-hole cut, Tom, is as it pertains to individuals, are the top 6 individuals that aren't on a team that made the cut. So, I mean, I've only just kind of taken a cursory glance at the leaderboard, but presumably the six best individuals in the field, six of the best individuals in the field are, Danielle and the other five that earned the at-large bids. And then, you consider the fact that, the better teams are going to have obviously the better individual scores. So, I think, a couple more good days and Danielle's got a pretty good opportunity potentially to play the fourth and final round.
All right. Like you said, I know that everything got started late today, about 75 minutes, late because of frost, which we were all joking about yesterday between you, me, and Fran, sending our little back and forth. Cortland golfers aren't scared of frost, so I guess it was the cold conditions today, but it just what was it like otherwise? I mean, today the sun was out here, but boy, the wind kicked up off and on, so it was only 50, so it felt colder. But what were the conditions like today, Danielle?
The conditions were extremely windy. It was either you had a lot of help from the wind or you didn't have any help at all, which got you into trouble. And then the gusts of wind didn't help either because you'd be ready to tee up or ready to hit any kind of shot. And just as you're about to hit, the wind just blows you over. So you got to take a step back and retrace your steps and then get back up there. You don't want to just wing it. So that was some difficulty to deal with throughout the round. And it was pretty cold too. Even when it was cold though, the people that I was playing with from down south were wearing skirts and taking layers off because apparently they liked it. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about because it's cold like this every day up where I am and I need layers.
What's give us a sense, what's the overall atmosphere like? Like you said, you're being there, we got a couple pictures from your practice round. We got a couple pictures that were sent to us and stuff, but just what's the overall atmosphere been like being there, among, some of the top, women golfers in Division III?
It's been a bit intimidating, trying to prove myself that I belong here and trying to keep telling myself that has been rough, and because there are so many girls and there are a good bunch of girls that are really good. And I know I should be saying that to myself, which I am starting to. So that's been hard, but otherwise the girls are really sweet. All of them are very helpful and supportive of each other. And it's all an overall positive atmosphere, I would say.
Like we said, once you got settled down, like you said, a couple up and downs, a couple holes there, a couple bogeys, and one double bogey. Or these all holes you feel more comfortable with now? You at least got to see them the first time in tournament conditions that you can easily improve your score tomorrow.
I sure hope so. I feel like 3 times is a charm. Practice round was not there with those holes, and today was not there with those holes. So hopefully I've gotten it down by tomorrow.
Coach, you've what your assessment of her first day performance and how you think she'll make out this tournament goes on?
Well, it's the rare occasion where I think the athlete's more critical of herself than the coach. I said to her walking off the 18th green, she was a little bit frustrated that, I know you're giving yourself a C plus D minus. I'm giving you a BB plus. And I think, you consider the nerves of any golf tournament, let alone a big one like this, that you're going to endure, first 5, 6, 7 holes, and you throw some really cold, windy, challenging conditions on top of a tough golf course. And, I think the linchpin moment was, in the middle of that front 9 after a tough start. It's a real conscious decision. It takes a lot of self-discipline and toughness to kind of persevere and keep your head down and, make the most out of the next shot. It's hard to do that over the course of 3 hours. Sometimes it's easy to string a few together, but it took some discipline and toughness for her to just kind of keep the round going and string a bunch of pars together and kind of, apply a little bit of damage control. And for that, she got it in the house at, a real respectable number. And, I think what we're seeing is the course conditions and the weather conditions are tough, and everybody's feeling a little bit of those jitters. And I think she passed a big first test today, and like she already had mentioned, she knows it's a marathon, not a sprint. So it's about pacing it at this point, and getting some rest, and just kind of tweaking things after the round, just a little sort of maintenance and housekeeping, if you will. And it'll be a late start tomorrow, so plenty of rest and plenty of homework in the morning probably. I'll be grading papers and watching television. my job's easy. So she did. I was very pleased with how the day finished.
Okay, what time is it? I know it's already been pushed back. They're saying, you said already, we talked earlier. It's probably getting pushed back. It's still going to be another cold night. So what time will Danielle tee off tomorrow?
It will be 2:55.
All right. So so it is going to be later. Either one of you can answer this right now. Like I said, what the condition, whatever are the conditions getting harder right now as we're getting later in the day? Is it, getting cooler or windier, or is it kind of pretty much held from the way things were this morning? Obviously it might have warmed up a little bit, but is everything else pretty much the same?
I think just in the last probably 45 minutes or so, the wind's laid down a little bit. So, I mean, it's always easy to try to assess, who got the better half of the draw. I would tell you it's splitting hairs at this point. I think both halves of the draw had it tough today. Maybe we played in a little more wind than they did as it starts to lay down a little bit. As we get into the evening, like it often does, it's certainly a little more benign and docile right now. So, those teams that are turning that have 8-9 holes left might have some slightly more favorable conditions, but they certainly played through some tough stuff too.
All right. Well, last thing, I'll talk to Danielle, and I'll let you guys go. I'll talk to you a little bit when we get done. I do my wrap up when we're done too, but like you say, you did right the ship 7 birdies in a row, starting on number 8, and then made the turn and, started out with 6 birdies on the back 9. And actually that was a stretch of nine pars and 10 holes in the long run. So once you got comfortable, then was that just, like you said, it's finally really kind of settled into a groove and what you wanted to do for the rest of the round?
Yeah. Once I just got out of my head about everything and overthinking, I just started playing and having a good time. I really settled into my natural game. Whereas before that, I was just thinking about like the pressure that I'm putting on myself, like don't want to let anyone down, even though rationally I know like I'm not letting anyone down. And if anything, people are very supportive of me and have been for so long. And I appreciate that so much. And I'm so thankful for all the support. So I should just be out here having a good time, which I did after some few bad holes and got into a groove. There were some mistakes along the way, but not anything crazy. So tomorrow I'm really looking forward to another new day.
Is it different? Like I said, yeah, usually you're out there with teammates at some point. You got your teammates out there you're playing with. You are representing the team. Like you said,
yeah. I wish my teammates were here. They would make it so much better.
So it makes it feel a little bit different than, like you say, you are the team this time around.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hanging out with me, so I can only imagine how tired Danielle is of hanging out with me.
No.
I wish the team was here too for her.
We're bonded.
Okay, with that, we'll say thanks for taking time to talk to us. I say, like I said, stick around and I do my closing. We'll talk a little bit here when we get done. But thank you for taking time to talk to us today, Danielle and Mike, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much for talking to us, and thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Yep. That'll do it for this edition of TV on the Net. Today's show brought to you by AmeriQ Credit Union, for every day, for everything. Located next to Little Caesars at 3944 Route 281 in Cortland. By Right Angle Creek Farm and Marathon. All natural, pasture-raised Angus beef from our farm to your table. by the Cortland Voice, the exclusive media partner of TV on the Net for all your local news and sports in Cortland County at no cost to you. Check out cortlandvoice.com. By the Royal Auto Group on Route 281 in Cortland, the home of no hassle, no razzle dazzle. Check them out at royalautogroup.com. And by Yeaman Real Estate at the entrance to Yeaman Park off I-81 exit 11 in Cortland. So for my guest, Danielle Bambola and SUNY Cortland women's golf coach Mike DeSenza, I'm Tom Vartani. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon.